So I'm here with David Peake, and I just sat in on his presentation about turbocharging your web apps with APEX5. Definitely butchered the title, but it's close enough, as he said. And there is a lot of great new features that you demoed and showed in your presentation in APEX5. One of the things that I saw that I was interested in was the smart data fields. I'm not sure what you called them, but it was ability to subtype, and you even showed me that my phone was HTML5 compliant by being able to follow along in the demo. You want to explain what they've done there and how that works?
Sure. So that's actually a feature that's been available since 4.2. We first came out with our mobile capabilities in Application Express 4.2 back in 2012, and what you can do is within the actual definition of a text item, you can specify whether it's an email, a URL, or a phone number, and then when you're running it on your mobile device, when you go into one of these text fields, instead of bringing up the standard keyboard, instead it will bring up a specific keyboard designed for that particular entry. So for example, for the phone number, it comes up with numbers. For the URL field, you can't put in a space, so instead of the space bar, it's got a let me see if I can get this right, a slash and a .com and a period, because they're the sort of things that you put into the URL fields.
So it's both doing input validation and actually gives you a keyboard that is actually aware of it on phones that are HTML5 compliant like mine.
It doesn't actually do validation, but because there's no space bar, guess what? You're not going to find it very easy to put a space in.
Exactly.
The URL.
Well, that makes sense.
On the phone number, if you really wanted to, you can switch back to the standard keyboard and put in letters if you choose to. But again, normally you're just putting in numbers, and so that's all that it provides.
So one of the things that I did see that was new was the new page designer. That's
part of 5.0, yes. And, oh, sorry, Page Designer is a completely reimagined IDE. One thing for Application Express is before you used to go into a page and you'd see all your different components, you'd have to click on a particular component, bring up a different page, change whatever you wanted to on that page, and then apply those changes. With the new Page Designer, it's much like other IDEs that you see from in the desktop world, such as with SQL Developer and JDeveloper, where you've got different panels and you can make lots of changes, and then you have the undo and redo capability. You're not always bringing up new pages. Instead, on the right hand side, you've got a property editor, and you can just make any number of changes very quickly and easily. You can drag and drop, you can select multiple items and update multiple things at once. So there's just a huge amount of capabilities built into the Page Designer.
So the JQuery mobile, does that actually come with APEX5? Is it free? Is it a cost option? How's that work?
It's all built in. So when you actually design a application and you say that you want to build mobile pages, then we incorporate the JQuery mobile libraries, and that's a framework that you're actually going to be running on when you run those pages. And so we provide you numerous regions and item types which are built on top of that framework to make it so that it's mobile friendly, so that it works exceedingly well and gives the best user experience on a mobile device. Unlike desktop applications, which are often very heavy with a lot of different charts and dashboards and things like that, you want to design your mobile applications differently because you've got a smaller form factor. You also want them to be as light as possible so that they load as quickly as possible. You know, not always are you going to have very strong internet connectivity, and that's why jQuery Mobile provides those lightweight pages, provides us with the ability to build very user-friendly, very fast and performant applications for your mobile devices.
And that was actually evident in the demos. I mean, I saw how it was intelligently stacking the data as you resized the format. It was very, very quick and easy. Yep. And actually, so much so that there was a high school student in the front row that was adding his own records into your demo while you were doing it live. So
that's the thing. It's designed to take away the complexity of building mobile applications and allow you to concentrate on the business solution. What do you need to do? What are your users looking to do on a mobile device as opposed to what are they looking to do on a desktop device? So for marketing applications, you're probably better to stick to our new universal theme with 5.0, which is very responsive as well. But for data entry applications, then it's really important to have that real mobile look and feel to it to make it perform as well as possible, and be able to provide the information and allow them to update that information as they need to, wherever they are.
Which was a critical point that you made in terms of if you are doing a mobile-specific application, work out what the critical information is and highlight that. And the point that you made, actually, I thought was very valid right at the end there was, yes, it's really quick to build, as we saw in the demo, but the really difficult part is not so much the building of it with Apex Mobile. That makes it relatively trivial, but it's actually harder to actually design the pages, to thinking through, okay, what details do I want? Okay, you've got this nice list view, but really how much information should be on each page?
Exactly. On a desktop application, you can put a huge amount of information on one screen. On a mobile application, especially if they're working off an old iPhone 3 or something like that, then they have very limited real estate. And so you want to make sure that you're not bombarding them so they have to scroll for 5 minutes before they get to the bottom of the page if they want to see what's, some of the later records and things like that. Touch events, orientation changes, those sort of things are also built in, and they come as a part of jQuery mobile capabilities that we've got built in.
Excellent. So EA3 currently available on OTN, and the production version out soon.
So apexea.oracle.com is where you can go and play with EA3. And the best we can say as far as a release date for Application Express 5.0 is calendar year 2015, so sometime this year.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, David. Have a good one.
Thanks, Tom.